Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, today inshallah we will do the book exercise of chapter 12, variations in classification. So let's start from the multiple choice questions. Which of the following is an example of discontinuous variation? So the correct answer is air lobes. Option A. Which of the following animals have a spinal cord? Frog, crab, mosquito, spider. So frog is an amphibian, so that have a spinal cord. Which classification group do dolphin belongs to? So dolphins belongs to the mammals. The number of plants species classified so far is over 300,000. A scientific key is a series of questions which helps you to find out the names of an unknown animals or plant. Now come towards the true or false. Height and weight are the example of continuous variation. It's a true statement. A normal distribution curve is shaped like a bell. True statement. All fingerprints taken from one person are same. False statement. The two main classification groups are the plants and animal kingdom. True statement. In the USA, the mountain lion and cougar have different scientific names. It's a false statement. Both of them have a same scientific name. Come to the third question. The diagram shows the faces of the two parents and their four children. Phil, Liz, these are the two parents, and their four kids, Ellison, Tom, Matthew, and Jane. From which parent has Ellison inherited her hair type? So Ellison gets her hair type from her mother. From which parent has Jane inherited her nose shape? So if you can see, Jane has inherited her nose shape from her mother. How many of the children inherited their eyes colors from their father? So two of them. And which children inherited their mother's chin shape? So that is Ellison, Tom, and Jane. Three of them. Ellison has longer hair than Tom. Explain why this characteristic is not inherited. So the answer is this is an acquired variation. The length of one's hair is dependent on own choice rather than inheritance. Now, these students come towards the fourth question. The diagram shows some butterflies. We will give the answer of this question according to these pictures. List three ways in which the butterflies are alike. So they have two pairs of wings, a pair of antennas, and their bodies are divided into three parts. The second part of this question is list three ways in which the butterflies differ from each other. So the answer is they are different in colors, they are different in wings shape, and their sizes are also different. The third part of this question is common blue butterfly vary in length. This is a full range from small to large. What type of variation is this? So it is also called a continuous variation. Some brimstone butterflies have spots missing from their wings. What type of variation is this? So that is also called a discontinuous variation. The last part of this question is the peacock butterfly looks like has eyes on its wings. The brimstone's butterfly looks like a dead leaf when it lands on a plant. Suggest how these characteristics might help the butterflies to survive. So the eyes factors make the peacock butterfly looks larger and more dangerous to its predator. The dead leaf effect provides a camouflage, which helps brimstone's butterflies to hide from its enemies. The fifth part, or the fifth question of this exercise is the graph shows the number of the students in the class by height range. How many students are there in the class? So if we add all of them, then we will get a 32 number. So 32 students are there in this class. What height would students have to be in order to be in the tallest 5 students? So it is ranging from 160 centimeters to 169 centimeters. And the shortest 10 students, so they were ranging from 135 to 154 centimeters. What is the most common height in that class? So the most common height is from 150 to 154 centimeters. What do we call this kind of graph shape? So this is also called a normal distribution curve, and suggests two other characteristics the students could measure and still produce this shape of the graph. So we will consider their weights and their hand span size. The sixth question, the last question of this exercise is the diagram shows the graph of the animals called arthropods. Give two differences, an insect and a spider. So an insect has 6 legs and their body is divided into 3 parts. But the spider has 8 legs and their body is just divided into 2 parts. Both crabs and millifers have many legs. Explain why they are not classified in the same subgroup, because their body structure were quite different. So millifers have longer, thin body shape, but the crabs have a hard, chalky shell. Come toward the third part of this question is the classification group arthropod is called a phylum. Phyla is subdivided into groups called classes. How many classes are shown in the diagram? So 4 different classes are shown there in the diagram. Which class does the butterfly belongs to? So the butterfly belongs to the insects. To which class does the lobsters belongs to? So they belongs from crustaceans. The 7th question of this exercise is the diagram shows the 4 insects using the key to find out the names of them. So the key is, does the insect have wings? Go to question 2 if the answer is yes, and if the answer is no, then they were talking about the air wings. The second question is, does the insect have more than 1 pair of wings? So we can see here that insect A and insect D have more pair of wings, and insect B have only 1 pair of wings. So if the answer is yes, then we will move towards the third question, and if no, then they were talking about the housefly. The third question is the insect wings larger than its body? So it is clearly shown there that insect D has larger wings from its body. So they were talking about butterfly if the answer is yes, and if the answer is no, then they will be talking about the wasp. Come towards the 8th question. The diagram shows leaves from the different trees. Make up a key to help someone identify the leaves. So this is a key that will tell us about the identification and classification of these leaves. Write a set of instructions explaining how to use a key. So they all belongs to leaves. So there are 2 types of leaves. One is so-called the simple leaves. These 2 are simple, and these 2 are so-called compound leaves. You can see here. Now the simple leaves are further divided into 2, that the leaf that have a smooth edge, and they were asking about the beech, and if the edges were not smooth or uneven edges are there, then they were talking about the oak. Now come toward the compound leaves. The compound leaves are of 2 types. One that are the leaflet that are growing from a single point. You can see here that all the leaves are growing from a single point. If it is so, then they were talking about the horse chestnut. And if the leaves were growing along single stem mountain, so they were talking about the mountain ash. This is all about this exercise. Thank you so very much for joining. Thanks a lot.